Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Europe Universalis for Imperium Universalis mod as Athens. So, one thing I want to go ahead and mention real quick before we actually start is that I am thinking of possibly changing my uploading schedule around. And so, obviously, I would appreciate if you could answer the Typeform survey that I have linked in the description. The change that I am thinking of doing is selecting one of my current 3 ongoing series to be uploaded every day. Each part would probably only be roughly 30 minutes long, but obviously you'd get more every week compared to the 1 hour long video every day or every week that I currently do. And so yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could all go down and answer that survey for me, because depending upon what series gets the most views that people select that they watch, because I have a question on there asking people what time zone they're in, so I can use that to try and fine-tune uploading things. But also I have a second question asking which of the 3 series I currently have going do people watch. And so whichever one most people say they watch is the one that I'll select as my everyday series. And so yeah. But like I said, I'll have a link to that in the description. And so yes, like I said, I'd appreciate it if you could all go and answer that for me, because it would help me out in determining exactly when I should upload certain videos. But let's go ahead and start the game. You want food? Sure. You also want food? Sure. Those are some decent places to build those. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring you back home. You know, I wish these random fucking numbers would stop calling my cell phone. I really do. It gets annoying after a while. And because I want to get my Diplo up, we're just gonna go ahead and do a random person. Oh, and I forgot to mention that, yeah. So this is also going to be a roughly 30-minute long part, because, yeah, yet again, I just have not had the time to sit down and do actual testing. So, we'll see how that goes. I don't have the time, because I've got to record all my other series as well. I mean, yes, I've only got 3 ongoing series, but those series are roughly an hour long, and of course things sometimes get in the way of my ability to let's just go for Lycia. But other things get in the way of my ability to go and record. And while I don't necessarily have to record to do the testing, it's just a thing. Generally speaking, if I'm not able to record, I'll find something else to do. But of course, if I'm able to record, then I typically will. So, yeah, like I said, I just haven't had the time. Other things come up and get in the way. So, we'll see. Now, are you still doing your best up here, or is it better? It's much better to send you down to the Nile. Macedon wants help. I'll tell them yes, but I'm not going to do anything for them. I am going to multiple my forts because my territories are in no way threatened. The game will, of course, complain to me about how dare you do that. But I didn't start this war game. Oh, that is so stupid. Oh, Chalkus wants food, sure. You gonna ask me for food, Retia? No. Looks like you're not going to. Oh, let's see. Is anyone decent here to hire? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hire this guy. I don't need the national unrest down. And that reminds me. So somebody keeps reminding me that I can abolish slavery, but here's the thing. The only real benefit abolishing slavery has is a plus 5% to morale of armies. In my opinion, that is not something that I consider a significant reason for me to go ahead and to abolish slavery as it stands right now. Okay, because I lose production efficiency. Okay, and I would gain a decrease in national unrest if I abolish slavery, but it's not really that substantial. That's just the way I see it. So we might eventually abolish slavery, but quit telling me that I can abolish slavery, because I'll do it when I feel as though it's useful. I don't understand why people like to give advice, but here's the thing. If I haven't listened to you the past 30 times you told me I can do something, then chances are I'm not going to suddenly start doing it. And people also need to realize that I record my parts a week before the video goes public for you all right now, and as a result of that, guess what that means? Yeah, I probably already recorded the next part by the time you see it, especially for this series that gets uploaded on Friday. I upload this series on a Friday. Okay, so I'm generally speaking recording Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is typically my day off for recording more often than not. The only time it's not is when I don't have the opportunity to go and do a recording on one of the other days. I'm not going to send him anything. He'll deal with it. I don't mind needing to wait an additional 73 days, as long as the game doesn't give me that exact same event for that exact same province again. But yeah, so I mean, I don't mind people trying to give me advice, but to be honest, it gets annoying when they feel the need to constantly remind you about something, especially when it's something that, at the end of the day, you'll do when you think it's useful. You can give me advice one time, but don't repeat your advice again and again and again, because all it's going to do is get on my nerves. Macedon, are you struggling? I don't know why you are struggling to take that province. Oh, military power, thank you very much, game. But yeah, I mean, the only people that can give me advice that is still largely relevant upon me recording the next part are Patreons, because they get the videos on Saturday or Sunday, depending upon when I actually upload them to YouTube and when I get around to posting links to the videos on my Patreon. Everybody else, you're a week behind. It's literally that simple. You are roughly a week behind. And so any advice you give, a lot of the times, is not actually useful by the time I see it. And if the reason why that person feels the need to constantly remind me that I can abolish slavery is because of the fact that every province you take decreases morale of armies by 0.1%, then all I have to say is I've got a building that cancels that out. It's called a training camp. I get it in military tech 5. I'm almost at 4. I should get 5, probably roughly around, what, 230 something? If I just stockpile military power. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things of, that's not going to do much. That plus 5% is not really going to turn the tide of pretty much anything at the end of the day. Now, I am thinking of going and declaring war on Megaris, because nobody would really care. So, yeah, you know what, we're going to go and do that. We're going to go and declare war on Megaris real quick. Conquer them because we have a great military leader. He's got, what is it, 5? Yeah, his military skill is 5. Now, I am going to multiply the forts because, again, my territories aren't threatened by this war. So, I might as well do that. Now, nobody has any issues with our expansion right now, so everybody's fine. And we can just wait for it to tick by. Now, I'm going to go and hit the game up to 5 speed and not move the camera at all, just so the game can sort of skip through time. Just like Total War does when you turn it up to whatever the fastest fast forward speed is in battle. And as long as you don't move the camera, everything just kind of skips around. But yes, so to be honest, actually, I'm thinking of possibly invading Chalkis in the relatively near future. They're fairly weak. The main thing that makes invading them a pain is the fact that I have to cross a strait. But once I've crossed that strait, it doesn't matter anymore. Macedon wants food, they can have food. I don't mind sharing with friends, but anybody that I don't know, yeah, you're on your own. So, we'll see. We'll see when I decide to declare war on Chalkis, but it will be in the relatively near future. At the very least, that's my plan. If I cancel my alliance with... Who are their friends, out of curiosity? Argos? And Stragius. Wherever the hell Stragius is. Ah, these guys. Yeah. Argos can't do much. Stragius isn't going to do anything. And Macedon, I can just call Macedon in to help. And Macedon can deal with them. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and dissolve my alliance with Chalkis. We're not going to be supporting them anymore. Once our truce with them expands in February of 222, we will be declaring war on Chalkis relatively shortly thereafter. Now, I would love it if I still had my current ruler, but I don't expect that to be the case. I do expect my current ruler to be dead by then, because he's, yeah, 58. Admittedly, I am also kind of looking forward to our heir, who is a 6 admin, which is great, and we got some more morale of armies there. That's helpful. I believe that puts us ahead of most other people when it comes to military tech. Yes. Most people look to be at 2 or 3, and we are now sitting at 4. In fact, we are probably ahead of pretty much everybody in the world. Should be able to check that in the ledger if I wanted to. Okay, maybe I can't check specifically my tech. Wow, game. I'm pretty sure 8 is more than 7. There we go. Now you know how to do math. Yeah, looks like a lot of people, the bigger nations, are sitting at about 3 for military tech. Oh, for a second there I thought it said 0. Oh, that's because I was moving a little bit too far off to the side and was hovering over the ideas option. So let's go ahead. Come on, Megaris. You know you want to go ahead and just surrender. You didn't even have the ability to build a military. You had rebels, they won. Actually, no, they didn't. We beat the crap out of them. You just didn't have the time to go and build a military after my last war, apparently. Because, yeah, I dealt with your issue. I don't really need you to remove a population from this province. In fact, that doesn't benefit me at all if you remove one. Set them free for the morale. Now, give me what little bit of money you have, and done. Send them away. They're not selling slaves in our territory. Go ahead and core that. Kick the game down to 4 speed, or, well, you know, a 3 speed. So, 222 is when I can declare war on you. This mod must have changed the truce timer, because I know it used to be 10 years in the base game, but now it's not. I don't have a problem with that, though, to be honest. Make you non-autonomous. And I am going to go ahead and start annexing you. It shouldn't take too long. Yeah, estimated cost of 9, so probably around about 2 months. Well, technically 3, because we'll probably hit 100% at the end of the second, or at the start of the second month, but the game won't give it to us until the 3rd month. So it says October. Sounds about right, I guess. Now I am probably just gonna go ahead and scrap their entire army. Oh, can I take your general from you? Yes I can, and I think I will so that we keep him. And then I'll placate local rulers. Because if I had just annexed him normally, then his general would have just disappeared. Border tensions with Chalkis. That province belongs to us. How long will this last for? Less until 229. Wonderful. I have an extra 7 years after my truce expires to declare war on Chalkis for the province of Chalkis. Or Chalkis, or however the hell it's pronounced. I don't know. They're spelled differently. The name and the province. But there we go. I have their ruler. They're their general. They're 312. He's not great, to be honest. But they're fine. And more people going bankrupt because that's just what it is. I'm pretty sure this mod definitely did some stuff to decrease the amount of money you make, especially early on. Because I don't typically see nations go bankrupt in EU4, except for towards the late game when they've lost a bunch of provinces in a single war and they still have a large military and they're just slow at dismantling it. That's been my experience. Typically, nations don't go bankrupt all that often. It does happen, yes, it does. I certainly won't dispute that. But it just doesn't seem to be a particularly common occurrence. Now, you have friends, one of which is Sparta, so I'm going to leave you alone for the most part. Now, you, Epidaurus, actually look like a decent ally in terms of general power. You don't share any common alliances with me, which is something I won't really complain about. Now, you don't have any problems with the Spartans, which kind of disappoints me. But, okay, no, never mind. I thought you were being rivaled by, or I thought you were rivaling somebody that was rivaling me, and so, yeah. But no, so, you do also want to take some of my territories, and I can't say I blame you. A lot of people want to take my land, but they can't have it. But I think you might serve as a decent ally if I inevitably get drawn into a war with Sparta, which is pretty much guaranteed to happen eventually. There's really no way around that, so let's say yes to an alliance with you. That still leaves me with one diplomatic relation. No, that's not going to happen. Now, I would love to reform the oligarchy, but I need to get to Diplo 4. Really? We just became friends and you said, hey, can I borrow some food from you? I'll give you 15 ducats, denarii, whatever the hell they are right now. In exchange. Now, you guys need to go ahead and group up with the rest of the guys in the Nile. Oh, well, no, game says you're technically better off in the Aegean Sea, so go to the Aegean Sea. Though I'm not sure if the game said you were better just because you were sitting on the Nile at the time. It's really hard to tell sometimes with this game. No, you're better off down the Nile. You are... Whoops, I apparently selected the wrong group of people. But you guys are definitely better off up in the Aegean Sea, apparently. You, however, are better off down in the Nile. So yeah, you stay down with the Nile. Now, let's see. Don't wanna... No. No building that. I wouldn't mind building these. Get some more... Although I already have the most trade power in this trade region. Although I am followed relatively closely behind by Knossos, or however it's pronounced. wherever they are, down here, on Crete. I could go and do a hegemonic war against you if I wanted to. But I don't have to. I'll be reforming the oligarchy well before I even bother expanding down into Crete. Another 2 years for you now, which is fine. What I am going to do is mark these as provinces I want. Just so that people know. Yeah, I guess I did technically honor the alliance with you when you invaded this guy. For whatever reason, you felt the need to ask me to help you. They didn't have any friends, so it's very weird that you felt the need to call me to help you, but you did, and, well, I had no reason to decline, so obviously I had accepted that. Oh, and now the slave house is not listed there, or is it just because I don't have an estate for them? Okay, it's probably just because I don't have them listed as an estate. Now what happened to you? People keep invading you. They really do. This is why you can't be a one-province miner anywhere in the world. Because people will just invade you because they can. I mean, literally in this case, they're invading just because they can. They're not taking you, they're not turning you into a tributary or a vassal. They're not doing anything. They're just invading you because they can. So, like I said, being a one-province miner is something you do not want to be. You never want to be smaller than your neighbors. That's just the way it is with Clausewitz games. Well, Paradox games, but obviously games based on the Clausewitz engine. Because if you're smaller than your neighbors, it means that they're always, always, always going to want to... I swear there used to be an option to clear this. I really do. I swear there used to be just like a clear that entire thing button. Like, I think it was like control right click or something. But that doesn't seem to be doing it. And neither does like shift. So I got no idea what's going on there. It'd be a little bit weird if they removed that option. Now, you want me to remove them from the map. I don't mind doing that. I really don't. But here's the thing. My truce with them doesn't expire for another 4 years. And they still have no friends, which I don't have an issue with. Okay, so you're an oligarch polis. You don't have any upper-class citizens. That's certainly not going to be helping your taxes. But you also want me to go and set up a colony on the Thracian coast, which we're not going to do right now. Maybe later, but not right now. Well, I guess it also depends on who your friends are. Yeah, no. Not right now. That's just going to be an annoyance, especially because of these guys. But also because I believe you're an island, though you do have a strait to cross. You are, I'm pretty sure you're the other one. Yeah, you're the other one. You have a navy. A pretty decent sized navy as well. And so, yeah, that's work. Although, I guess I would be able to call in Macedon, which might actually be useful. But we first need to get military access through you. Okay, but Macedon's warning you, so you probably would accept, let's see, yeah, you would accept military access from me, which would be good enough for all my allies to get it as a result of the war. We might actually be able to do that. Yeah, I don't know, actually. Because I got 4 years for you. Macedon's probably preparing for a war against Dilberes. But they still have no problem putting that off to the side to help me expand here. But I would first want to land my troops in Macedon before declaring a war. Because otherwise my army could get intercepted by these guys' navies. Which altogether would certainly hurt. Especially since my navy isn't really all that powerful. It's actually mostly transports as opposed to combat vessels, because honestly for me, my navy are glorified taxis. That's the way I've always described my navy. Their sole purpose is to get my troops from point A to point B faster than if they walked. So yeah, but you are such an easy target. But I still have to wait 4 years. You know what? The game's always giving me that colony on the Thracian coast thing, so we're gonna go with remove these guys from the map. So in 4 years we'll declare war on them, but it's not that much money actually. It does cost some food, but I'm pretty sure we're doing fine on food, right? Yeah, we're doing fine on food. We got over 100. So sure, we'll get that. We'll do a thing with Zeus. Ritual feast for Zeus. They didn't capitalize the Z in Zeus. No. I'd rather try and get Admin Tech 3. Corrupt society, so we gain some corruption. Not a big fan, but we'll live. You know, I got a decent amount of money right now. You know what? Let's go and put a... Oh, no, not merchant ships. Whoops, sorry. That's not what I want here. A couple of heavy ships. What's the maintenance cost on these, if you don't mind me asking? At least if you don't mind telling me. You're not going to tell me there. Well, the game tell me over here if I look. 15 per month. Or, well, 0.15 per month, rather. Excuse me. It's not actually 15. That'd be a little ridiculous. Now, that thing will take forever to build. Yeah. I guess roughly half a year. Let's get 2 of those, because they're not that expensive. Granted, that doesn't take into account us being over our naval force limit. Yeah, we'll be fine. Now you have no friends. I really want to declare war on you, because you have no friends. It'd be such an easy war, but it would likely piss off my neighbor. And by neighbor, I mean my new ally, who is a little bit upset at me. Although, not a whole lot. Their aggressive expansion, now, you know what? I could probably get away with it. You like me quite nicely. Now you only desire Megara, which I'm actually fine with. You wanted everything else, a bunch of other territories, but now you said, you know what? No. We'll be fine with just Megara. If you lose it, we'll be taking it for ourselves. You don't have much of a military right now, I imagine. So you would be pretty easy to just sort of walk over. Yeah, I think I'll be declaring war on you as well. It just depends. I'm going to get the game up to 4 speed. And I'll probably end this part roughly around the time we finish building both of these heavy ships. Somebody wants mercenaries, but they're not going to be getting any, because I just don't see a reason to give them mercenaries. You know, this is an end node. I'd gain more money if I had more trade power here. Wow, you lost a lot of trade power for some reason. I'm guessing you had some modifier that was increasing it that disappeared now. Because yeah, in theory I'm making about 315 from trade here in the Aegean Sea. So, you know what, actually? Let's get some more trade power here. Because yeah, like I said, this is an end node. So everything that comes into it has to be collected as taxes by the local ruling nations. That's also a small center of trade, so that'd be some extra territory for us. Now, we are also trading over in the Ionian Sea as a result of me owning 2 provinces here. Oh, well, actually also these 3 over here. Now, we don't do much over here. No, we only got about 18 trade power compared to Sparta's 120. We're transferring about .30 to the Aegean Sea. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think I'm going to be declaring war on Aegina. It'd just be such a quick war. They have no friends. If I get my... You know what? I'm going to bring the army to position. I think we're going to try and squeeze in a quick war with Aegina before the end of this part. Sparta's expanding as well, but their expansion is through tributary states. I can't say I blame them for going that route. But that's the thing that's going to get annoying. Okay, you're in position. Let's go here. Again, I have a great ruler. I don't need any help in this war, or at least I shouldn't. Now, my navy isn't going to help me in this siege, because they just don't have whatever it is they need to get the blockade stuff. Now, you must have been mothballing your fort. No, because you have the troops. You have the garrison. You just don't have the morale. What the hell? Basically, what the game is... Wait. Are they helping? Yes, they are helping, but it's just... It doesn't give me the blockade stuff here. Okay. Sure. If they are technically helping, then I guess I'll stay. But... yeah, no, I'm sorry, game. That just doesn't make much sense. It's only 2 aggressive... well, 1.3 aggressive expansion. They'll pay me all 3 ducats that they have, although I guess... technically speaking, it would be denarii right now. But whatever. Ooh, shite. Wow, what the hell happened to our money? I don't have the money to send you, dude. For some reason, we are losing tons of money as a result of this. Oh, it's probably because of the damn forts. Yeah, that's why. Our economy is not that great. Even a war against a one province minor island, if our forts are up, is costing us a hefty sum of money. There we go. You guys have managed to break in. Now, I could order you in to go ahead and just attack. They don't have a lot of morale, so in theory you would probably be fine. You want food, sure. You know what, go and do it. They don't have really any morale. Just get it over with faster. Now you have some extra money somehow. Must have taken a loan or something. No, you have 11 in your treasury and you're going to be forced to take a loan of 1. You won't be able to pay back that loan, though, because you won't exist anymore. Yeah. Well, wait a moment. Let another month tick by, because that's a ridiculous amount of money, saying I'm making 14 a month. I'm not. It's only because of some of the money I took. It should be about 3 in reality. Maybe 2. Yeah. But this is, because it's a small center of trade, is going to be adding some extra to our money. Just send some generic person. So now we're making a little bit more. Not a whole lot. I mean, we added about, what, 0.24? Yeah, basically nothing, really. But hey, it's still something. Let's see, how are you doing? In theory I should get you... oh, well, we got a couple more months and we'd be possibly going to war with Chalkis. Now, again, people don't really have any issues with us. Our expansion is, for the most part, just kind of a, yeah, do whatever you want. Now, if I wanted to declare war on you, would Aretia join? Aretia would join. Now, I have the choice of doing either specifically take Chalkis, which would be fine, or I could go for the generic border conquest, military skill 5 ruler. But if I go for specifically Chalkis, taking this province, yeah, would be the base costs and base gain, so I'd rather declare the war specifically for Chalkis, but I'll probably take as much as I can from their territory before I piss people off. I kind of want to let this month take over, but I don't know if I actually have the time, because like I said, or as we've noted in the past, the game seems to like to crash if left running for about an hour, at least with this mod. And at least while recording as well. So, you know what? We're at about 36 minutes in right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this part here. Next part, we'll probably be declaring war on Chalkis. Specifically to take Chalkis, or however it's pronounced. And possibly these two other provinces, depending upon if I can take them all. I should be able to, but I don't know if I'll be able to take them all before I piss people off by getting to the aggressive expansion 50 point. But I think I might be able to. I just won't be able to expand for quite a while because it'll really piss people off. But I will be able to call in my ally, Aretia. They'll probably be the only person I call in. I don't think I'll need anybody else's help. Well, no, I might call in Macedon to keep Stragius off my back. So, those two. Macedon will go deal with Stragius, and Aretia will use its navy alongside my navy to help me cross the strait into Chalkis and invade the rest of their territory. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and a farewell. But we are doing relatively fine in terms of expansion. Obviously, though, most of my expansion is towards the north rather than the south because I want to keep as many states between me and Sparta as physically possible, at least until I feel comfortable fighting Sparta, because we're going to get dragged into war with Sparta eventually, no matter what. But if I can keep a number of buffer states between me and them, I'll be fine. Because they're less likely to declare war on me if there are buffer states between us. That's also one of the reasons why I have allied myself with Epidaurus, or however it's pronounced. Because they can serve as a nice buffer state between me and Sparta and its allies. And besides, our military would probably be fine, relatively speaking. Especially if Macedon were to join. But the issue is they'd have to declare war on me for Macedon to join, so Macedon ain't helping at all. And I don't think your allies are particularly powerful, though you do have a number of allies. But like I said, I don't think they're particularly powerful. I imagine they're probably a lot of relatively small nations. Well, no, they're decent down there, but they're probably not going to help because they have to cross the ocean. Same with you, they're fairly tiny and they're busy expanding in Crete. And that's a one-province island near Lydia, who, yeah. Your allies are shite, dude. They're not going to help you at all. I mean, maybe these guys will, but they're smack dab next to Libya. And to be completely honest, I just don't think they're going to. Also, should be noted, that ally of yours hates me. So, yeah. Okay, but like I said, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and a farewell.